The Black National Anthem that was played before the Star-Spangled Banner, our nation's national anthem, is causing a lot of controversy, and for good reason. The reason why I think it's causing the controversy is because it was done prior to the United States national anthem. Now, this anthem, so-called Black National Anthem, is entitled Lift Every Voice and Sing. It's one that I've known about my whole life because, as you can tell the way I look,
that's a dead giveaway.
That would have been something that my parents might have let me know about, and they did. Not to disrespect them at all, I thought it was fine at a time when wokeness was not a thing.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Well, wokeness is now a thing, and so now we're taking an anthem that I believe was a spiritual Negro, or spiritual song of a Christian background, I would imagine. Not that I know or care because I didn't research this video for that purpose. The purpose of this video is to talk to you about what the importance is of having something called the Black National Anthem being played before our national anthem. That's really the whole point of all this. And the thing is that what we're seeing in all of this is the potentiality of white woke liberalism being put aside for the cause of ethno-nationalism. You hear a lot about what we call nationalism, and you hear like, okay, where's white nationalism? That's a problem in this country. Well, what the world doesn't understand, and what people in this country particularly don't understand, the woke media definitely does not understand, is that nationalism is actually being fragmented into two key parts. One is a civic nationalism. That's what you hear mostly dealing with MAGA, Make America Great, essentially talking about conserving our values, making sure we have tight borders, that our economics is conducive for our self-interest, that we have energy independence, that we have values that go back to a melting pot philosophy where we take all kinds of cultures together, creeds, races, and whatnot, and bring them under one umbrella so we can all live as one nation. That is what civic nationalism is about. But what is not being talked about, and what's happening all over the world, is a nationalist revival going back to an ethnocentric aspect, where the country is going back away from a national identity in terms of civic and into culture, race, religion, and that sort of thing that's dividing the country up amongst various classes. Like in China, there's a revival movement to bring back Confucianism. In Turkey, there is the Ottoman Empire revivalism. In India, there is the Hindu revival movement going on. And in Russia, we have the Russia Orthodox ideology coming back to fruition. And essentially what's happening is people are moving away from the idea that we can no longer be a country that centers around nationalism, but into a country that centers around ideas, customs, religions, skin colors, what have you, that bring us together, but actually make us more tribalistic in nature. And so what does this have to do with white liberalism? Well, here in America, we have stuff like black nationalism, like BLM. We saw in LA not too long ago where the founder or co-founder of BLM said that the city was founded by liberal white supremacists. Now, what's going on is, as this thing continues with the Super Bowl, we're taking two national anthems, supposedly. One is clearly a civic national anthem, which is America, and the other one is a ethno-nationalist, whatever you want to call it, anthem. That is clearly identified with one group of people, not the whole country. And so it's nothing more than trying to divide, as many people on Twitter have said. And frankly, it's something that white people should be concerned about, especially if you're a Democrat, because your liberal policies, your liberal ideology is going to be changing, because there's a push now to move the Democrat Party away from a white-centered liberalism into whatever it's going to come into, which is probably going to be fashioned around BLM or whatever you want to call any other sectionalism group that comes out from that to take over the party. And that is something that I think, if known, maybe this will be pushed back on a little bit more. But until they understand that, it probably will not. So anyway, what's your thoughts on this? I'd be curious to know what you think. And also check out this video we did recently about the Black National Anthem at the Super Bowl. It's pretty hilarious.